Okay, everybody. So I am no longer a partner for Aeon Laser out of Melbourne, Florida. Now, I also am not a spokesman for any other company. What I want to share with you is a spin in the industry. Not anything bad about this machine, Trotec, Epilogue, anybody. What I'm trying to say is our industry, meaning the hobbyist and the light industrial laser industry, in my opinion, is being polluted by too many spokesmen. They have become actors. There's in fact one that I recently saw that does both laser endorsements and little blue, you know what kind of pill I'm talking about, advertisements. I don't want to be associated with that. I am totally all about engineering and the truth. If you have the best engineering, you're going to have the best tool. Now let me mention a company, One Laser. They're focused, or excuse me, they're based in Irvine, Lake Forest area of Southern California. I may go visit them here soon. And Lens Digital, they make the Pyburn roller. They recently introduced something, they innovated. They took something brand new and changed the angle of a rotating spindle for making mugs and other types of engraved objects. But instead of it doing it this way, they are spinning it that way. Innovation. Now, if you take some of the companies like Xtool and We Create, all they're doing, there's one of them out there that talks about lens focus technology. How in the hell are you going to make a laser work without focusing the lens? It's impossible. We better trademark that. Really? Give me a break. That's not real engineering. That's not real innovation. I recently, at my own expense, without affiliation to any affiliation to this company, which is called EMP Laser, they introduced the Nano at the JCK convention. I used to be, or once you are, you always are. I'm a graduate gemologist and a trained jeweler's benchman. The engineer from EMP knew that and asked me to attend. I did it at my expense. I've never collected a commission for any of that. But they have the smallest fiber laser out there. Now, some of the companies, I'm so sick and tired of seeing on my social media feeds, We Create an Xtool. And what they do is there's one guy that comes out and he says, yeah, I'm going to give you a review on this. It says sponsorship. It's not a sponsor. It's not a review. It's a sponsor. I challenge each one of these sponsors to show us the contract and what is controlled in what they say. Now, I recently did 2 reviews, one for and it's a legitimate review without sponsorship for longer laser. One was for the Mini Ray 5, which is a very small but totally assembled laser that you can pull out of a box for like under 120 bucks tax and everything coming off of Amazon. They sent it to me, I reviewed it. I put it in laserfreedom.us, my blog. They're a phenomenal little company. They didn't try and control anything I said. I don't have to be an affiliate. They sent me a Nano and now I have their new 40 watt. They only request one thing, and that is that I be honest. So I review them. If they're good, fine. If they're not good, I won't do the review. I'm not going to put my name out there with the rest of the people that will be Xtool one day, We Create the next day, OMTech the next day. I know 3 women that within 3 years, one woman within about a 3-year period of time has rotated through 3 companies. I know another 2 that went to a larger company, and these are nice people, but they left and they were purchased by these companies. They had to leave for economic advancement. Now, I only know one company out there that brings in everybody's lasers so that you can do a comparison. That happens to be Aeon. I spent my own money, went to Florida, and I reviewed all the lasers, which is why I selected Aeon. They had the best engineering. You know, there's an expression in the practice of law. If you've got the facts, bang the facts. If you don't have the facts, bang the table. Well, what we're getting is an industry are these people that don't even manufacture the machine. They custom label them and then bring them in. I'd really like to see the We Create an X-Tool factory. Show me a tour. Because I can take you down to Aeon in Florida and show you their facility. Now, but still, I don't want to be associated with this change in the industry. If I say something, I mean it. The voices have become so polluted by volume that even my YouTube channel views are way, way down, as are everybody else's. Because it doesn't matter whether it was women's makeup or lasers. These companies went out and they tried to purchase, instead of good representation, people with large audiences. Now their audience size doesn't matter. It's going back to what they call interest marketing. What shows up, and the reason that I probably get all of these ads is because I'm interested in lasers. But I'm not interested in some company that comes out and acts like they have reinvented the market when the hardworking, innovative companies like Lens Digital and One Laser and Aeon came out with a red line system, which gave us the first removable magnetically charged lens. It's like, come on, these machines are rock solid. And it's really a shame that the industry has come to a point where you're not going to get people sharing the real engineering. And engineering matters. I did a comparison comparing an X-Tool against another machine. There was a gentleman that commented in my group, in my Facebook group called Laser Freedom, and he says, yeah, but look, it's like a few $1,000s cheaper. I said, put the accessories on that are already part of the Mira 5, and guess what? You got the same thing. He came back and he goes, yeah, I guess you're kind of right. I'm telling you, don't get sucked in by a couple of marketing companies out of China when there are companies in the United States, and many of the parts are made in China, but these companies are actually making and distributing for 4 different companies. If you get one, it's made by somebody else. Aeon's got their own facility. I believe Thunder has their own facility. Do some research. Engineering matters. If you have a question, you can come into Laser Freedom Facebook group and ask the question. Yesterday, when I posted that I was going to leave Aeon as a paid person that could potentially earn a small commission, well, guess what? It was my biggest threat of all time. People posted all of their different lasers. This is about our hobby and our industry. What X-Tool and some of the others have done is they've represented themselves as a commercial machine. I have been to a lot of commercial engravers. They're not running X-Tool machines in tandem. I'm telling you. Now, OMTech, Trotech, Epilogue, and Aeon, those are the names. Now, here's something that, and I think I'm going to be critical of the entire industry. None of them, so like X-Tool and We Create, they want to go to the low price. Now, the reality is most people buy these on credit. The difference between the value and the quality of the machine that you will get is tremendous. Look at the engineering, but it's going to be about $25 a month more. If you really are serious about doing this or doing this as a business or having a commercial grade machine, do the math. I mean, it's like buying a car. Very few people go out and drop $40,000 cash for a car. It's like, how much is my monthly payment going to be? Well, don't let them take you to the lowest price when all they're doing is taking features away, especially when they don't make the machine. I challenge anyone that works for these companies that wants to earn a commission to go onto their website, their Facebook page, or whatever, and post the contracts. Now, if you are a paid employee of the company, there's no reason to do that. But if you're an influencer, I think that's a good idea. Show me what you're going to get out of the deal. Show me the agreement that you made for the content that's going to be there. If not, let those companies that really do a good job with their products win. I'm telling you, I have nothing bad to say about this company. Do I think that they've got sucked in by, I'll call it some of the, they do this, you've got to react? Absolutely. But you know what? I'm not going to be part of that. You come into Laser Freedom, you come into my blog at laserfreedom.us, and you'll see what I try and reveal. It's about engineering. It's about getting the best product. Because, it's like, okay, this is going to cost me $75 a month. This is going to cost me $85. Look what I get for $85. You go into business, your machine breaks down, and you got to wait for the parts, you're in trouble. You can't get a hold of customer service, you don't know them. I'll tell you, one of the nicest relationships I made in this industry was with Lek from Aeon Laser. This guy, all he wanted to do was just talk about the quality of the machine and the engineering that went into it. He never criticized anyone else's machine. You want to look for a hero, look at that guy. Look at Stan at Lens Digital. Get to know these people. Do your research. Don't get sucked in by 35 guys. I posted the other day in my Facebook group that I think Xtool actually has more partners than I have friends. That's pretty incredible. You know what? A lot of people laugh. There's a lot of people in my group that have commented or sent me private messages that said, you're absolutely right. These spokesmen aren't using the machine. They're just actors. Let's use the machines. Let's talk about the engineering. Let's break the things apart. And again, the only company that I know currently that has everyone else's machine that you can go review is Aeon in Florida. I'm giving up quite a bit by doing this. I built a nice relationship with these people, but I'm not going to let the industry affect the level of integrity that I have built. It's just not going to happen. I'd sooner step away. But you know what? You can get a really good machine and it's not that much more money. And it's not by some company that you're going to be disappointed in. Look at Glowforge. They started this. I met somebody that was running a small engraving company and selling on Etsy about 3 years, I think it was about 2 or 3 years before the pandemic. That guy made a fortune just engraving small little things for bachelor parties. He bought a house with the money. Now, Glowforge, when was the last time you even saw a commercial for them? It's my understanding they're for sale. Their profits were so large that their first sales were, I think, $100 million, and then it went down to like $20 million. Now they're gone. I mean, I can't. When was the last time you heard anything about Glowforge? Maybe it was their idea that to get the really good software, you had to pay every month to get it. When you can go buy one of these, get Lightburn, and not have to pay. I'm about done here. I think I've taken the rant far enough, but I want everybody to know it wasn't Aeon or Aeon or however you want to pronounce it. All the people that work there are fantastic people. Did they make some mistakes? Have they got caught up in some of this? Absolutely. But what I mean, this is an acrylic block. I have a friend coming over and he's in law enforcement. He has a friend that's retiring from law enforcement. We figured out how to engrave into this to get a relief, and they're gonna walk away with a prize. You know what I'm charging for this? Nothing. We're happy to do it. And this machine will do it. I know those others won't, because I got one and I've tried them. There is a reason if you're going into business to get the good machines. Come in, ask any question. I don't care if it's CO2, Galvo, UV. If I don't know the answer, somebody in my group will. Support those companies that innovate. Don't go to those that market and just duplicate everybody's product. It's not going to take the industry forward. You're not going to be happy with the product probably in the long run, which is my opinion. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. I formed Laser Freedom on the principle of free speech. We don't all have to like the same thing. Some people like Ford, some people like Chevy. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm sick of seeing so many people that have no background in these machines going to the lowest quality machine and professing that it's the best in the world, especially when you can get the better machine, especially if it's a monthly payment for just a little bit more. I can help you. Come into my group. Thank you.